Welcome back to Ingenious Accounts World. Identification of dual aspects. We know that we are going to record the transactions in double entry system of accounting, which is based on dual aspect concept. Dual aspect concept says that every transaction has two aspects and both the aspects must be recorded. That means for recording a transaction, the first thing we have to do is to find out the dual aspects in each transaction. Today, we are trying to find out those aspects in some of the transactions. Please watch the video full. I will share you some important points which will help you in journalizing. Now, let us start with the first one. Business started with cash rupees 2 lakh. Means the proprietor invested 2 lakh cash in the business. So, the cash balance is increasing. Then the first aspect to be recorded here is cash. And the investment by the proprietor in the business is known as capital. Capital is a liability for the business because of business entity concept. The business incurred a liability. Then that aspect also must be recorded. Then the next aspect is capital. So the two aspects or the two accounts to be recorded here are cash account and capital account, both for rupees 2 lakh each. Now the next one, paid rent, means it is an expense. The business incurred an expense, that is rent. Then we have to show that expense in our books. Then the first aspect is rent. And rent paid means we have paid it by cash and our cash balance is reducing. So the next aspect is cash for rupees 2000. Then the dual aspects here are rent account and cash account. Now the next one, interest received. Interest received in the form of cash. Then our cash balance is increasing. So the first aspect is cash account for rupees 1500. Interest received means it is an income. So we have to record that income. Then the next aspect is interest received or interest for rupees 1500. Here the two accounts to be recorded are cash account and interest account, both for rupees 1500 each. Now the next one, goods purchased rupees 50,000. Purchase of goods is known as purchases. Then the first aspect is purchases for rupees 50,000. For the second aspect, we should know which type of transaction it is. Cash transaction or credit transaction. But nothing is mentioned here. In such cases, we can take it as a cash transaction. That means goods purchased for cash. Because if it is a credit transaction, we should know from whom we have purchased that goods. Because in such case, it is a payable amount to that person and is a liability for the business. But nothing is mentioned about the name of the person. So, clearly it is a cash transaction. That means goods purchased for cash. Then the business spent 50,000 cash. The cash balance is reducing. So the next aspect here is cash for rupees 50,000. Then the dual aspect or the two accounts to be recorded here are purchases account and cash account, both for rupees 50,000 each. Now the next one, purchased furniture from Manisha, rupees 10,000. Purchased furniture. The business received an asset. Then the first aspect, furniture for rupees 10,000. Here also the type of transaction is not mentioned, whether it is a cash purchase or credit purchase. But here the name of the person from whom we have purchased that furniture is mentioned. That means it is a credit purchase. That is, if the name of the person is mentioned in the transaction without mentioning the type of transaction, then it is a credit transaction. Means it is a credit purchase. Purchased furniture from Manisha on credit. So it is a payable amount to Manisha and is a liability for the business, and we have to record that liability. And so the next aspect is Manisha account for rupees 10,000. Then the dual aspects here are furniture account and Manisha account. Now the next one. Cash withdrawn for household purposes, rupees 5,000. Withdrawal of any amount or goods by the proprietor from the business for personal use is known as drawings. Then the first aspect to be recorded here is drawings. Here cash withdrawn. Then the cash balance is reducing. So the second aspect is cash. Thus the two accounts to be recorded here are drawings account and cash account, both for rupees 5,000 each. Now the next one, sold goods rupees 25,000. Here also the type of transaction is not mentioned. Then it is a cash sales. Because if it is a credit sales, we should know to whom we have sold the goods. Because in such cases, it is a receivable amount from that person and is an asset for the business. But here the name of the person is not mentioned, and then it is clear that it is cash sales. Means the business received 25,000 rupee cash. Then the first aspect is cash. Sold goods means it is sales. Sales is a revenue for the business and we have to record that revenue in our books. And then the second aspect is sales. Thus, the two accounts to be recorded here are cash account and sales account, both for rupees 25,000 each. Now the last one. Goods sold to Priya, rupees 15,000. Goods sold to Priya. Here also the type of transaction is not mentioned. But here the name of the person to whom we have sold the goods is mentioned. Then it is a credit sales. That means if the name of the person to whom we have sold the goods is mentioned without mentioning the type of transaction, then it is credit sales. Then here it is a credit sale. Then that amount is receivable from Priya and is an asset to the business. So the first aspect is Priya for rupees 15,000. Goods sold means sales. It is a revenue for the business and that revenue also must be recorded. Then the second aspect is sales for rupees 15,000. Thus the two aspects or the two accounts to be recorded here are Priya account and sales account, both for rupees 15,000 each. Okay. Now, if you found this video helpful, please like, share, comment and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. Thank you.